Hey guys, here is the correction video for the worksheet. Just take off 5 points each, and hopefully everybody did a pretty good practice. Okay, for the laws of the exponents, we know that if we have the same base, we're going to add the exponents. So this would equal 3, and 3 plus 4 is 7. The next one, we both have x's, so x equals, and if you can't see this, this looks like I'm saying this is an 8 because I can barely see it, and a 5. So 8 plus 5 is 13. For this one here, now we do have different numbers, and since we're multiplying, we need to multiply the 3 and the 4. So we're going to get 12x to the 5th power because you add the exponents. The next one, we have x's and we have y's, but that's no problem. We're going to keep the base. We have x to the 7, and then we have y to the 16, because 4 plus 12 is 16. The next one, we have an exponent on the outside of the parentheses. That means we multiply. So we have 5 to the 3rd power, and then we need to multiply 3 to the 2nd power. 5 to the 3rd power, so 5 times 5 times 5. And that will be 225, I think. Let's just double check. So on 5 times 5 times 5 gives us, 125. Or you can do 5 and hit the little hat button and put in your 3. 125. So we know that's 125. And then we need to multiply our exponents. This is a 3, this is a 2, so this is going to be a 6. This one here, we just have an x, so we just need to multiply the exponents. 5 times 4 is 20. Down here, we have, this will become 2 cubed, or 2 to the 3rd power, which is 2 times 2 times 2, which gives us 8. And then we have x to the 3rd power. Here we have a 3 on the outside, so we'll keep the x, and this would become a 12. We have y, and this becomes a 15. Now they're starting to get a little bit more difficult. We have a 3 on the outside, so that's 3 times 3 times 3, which we know that is 27. And then x times 4 is 12. Then we have our y, and 3 times 3 is 9. Then we have our z, and 5 times 3 is 15. Now we have 2 sets of parentheses, which we need to multiply the sections together. So 2 times negative 3 gives us a negative 6. And then we have our x's, which are the same. And we have 3 and 2. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. We have also, this is even more difficult as we have an exponent on the outside of the parentheses. So we have 2 to the 4th, which would be, I'll just hit enter. So we have 2, the hat button, 4. That gives us 16. And then we have x to the 12th power. Same thing here. We have an exponent on the outside, so we need to get rid of that first. So negative 3 squared would be 9. And then we have our x, which would be 4. Y would be 6. Now we can do the combining of the parentheses. So 16 times 9 is going to give us 144. So we have 144. We combine our x's, which would be 16, and we have a y at 6. Okay, number 11. We just need to rewrite that. to get rid of the negative exponent, which would be write the reciprocal, and it would be 3 to the 4th power, or to the power of 4. This one, we are going to subtract, keep the base, and that becomes 8 to the 3rd power. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. This one, we need to simplify. We know that 4 can go into 4 one time, and 4 can go into 12 3 times. And then we subtract the exponents. That would be x to the 3rd. And then, of course, the 1 goes away. This one here, we know 2 can go into 2 one time, and 2 can go into 16 8 times. 6 minus 4 is 2, and 5 minus 1 is 4, because there's an invisible 1 right there. This next one, we have 3, and 5 minus 7 would give us negative 2, so that would become 1 over 3 to the 2nd power. Here we know 4 can go into 4 one time, 4 can go into 25 times. We subtract the x's, that would give us x squared, 5 minus 3, and then down here we would have y, because 2 minus 4 would be y to the negative 2. We don't want it to be negative 2, so we just need to move it up here, and that will give us 1 over 5, and that goes up here, y to the 2nd. And we don't even write, oh, I'm sorry, here's the x. We don't even write the 1, so that would become x squared, y squared over 5. Number 18. We know 3 can go into 3 one time. We know 3 can go into 12 4 times. And x, 1 minus 4 is negative 3, so we have x to the negative 3. And we know y squared minus y squared would give us 0. We don't want this down here, so we need to just move it up for x to the 3rd over 1, which would become 4x to the 3rd. Like over here, we have the parentheses on the outside, so we need to move them. We need to get rid of this one. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, x to the 12th, over 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, x to the 3rd. And let's see, nothing can go into these, so we leave those as they are. 8 over 27, and then 12 minus 3 would be x to the 9th. Last one, let's see, we know 6 can go into 18 3 times. 6 can go into 12 2 times. And so we have a negative 5 minus a negative, so that would turn it positive. So that would still leave us with x is negative 2, and then this one would become y 7, because that would not be a negative. This one's too difficult. If you miss this, don't take it off. And let's see, this can't stay negative, so this would become 2x squared, because we need to move it down to remove the negative, and y to the 7th. That'll do it for the correction video on the practice. I hope you did well. We're going to practice this for about 2 more weeks. So if you're not quite getting it yet, just be patient. We have more practice to come. Thank you for watching.